Show your allegiance, show loyalty to the Liberia, the flag of Liberia is flying. Show your allegiance, show flesh is for forever. The white on the flesh is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue is for black people. We know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 nations of people, we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shining evermore. Liberia is flying on the sun. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation. People who are poor and money, we humble themselves and feed my bed. Our rise and heal their nation. Liberia will rise again. Nation will come to your rising. I prophesy, kingdom will come to your life. Together, let's keep your peace. What's in unity, we will build our freedom.
Producer.
Freedom, your life, hero. Freedom, your life, hero. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation. Liberia, the flag of Liberia is flying. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation. The flesh is for forever. The white on the flesh is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue is for black people. We know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 nations of people, we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shining evermore. Liberia is flying on the sun. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation. People who are poor and money, we humble themselves and feed my bed. Our rise and heal their nation. We'll rise again. To your rising, I prophesy, kingdom will come to your life. Together, let's keep your peace. What's in unity, we will build. Freedom, your life, hero.
Producer.
Freedom, your life, hero. Freedom, your life, hero. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation. Liberia, the flag of Liberia is flying.
The journey of 1,000 miles
Show your
begins with a one step.
loyalty to this nation.
What a pleasant good afternoon and welcome to Bitz and Pieces.
The flag is for
Bits and Pieces is a 2 hours tough and provoking show, afternoon show in Liberia. On this show, we talk about some of the issues, trending issues in our country. And so this afternoon, the man Jala Gravy is unable to be here. And so I'm here up to later. I wish I'm take leave of you on the show. And so the name is George. I'm George Wayi. And of course, I would like for you to invite others. Share the live and invite others to join the live and be a part of the show this afternoon. Too many things to talk about. Yeah, a lot of things to talk about this afternoon on the show. We'll have some guys walking in from the University of Liberia. Specifically, they are PROSA. Some members of PROSA. They'll be here. My understanding is they want to make some remarks involving the incident that occurred yesterday at the LFA. And so the guys will be here. We'll have some conversation with them and they will leave us. And at 3 o'clock, we will bring to the show the former chairman of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction of the late Prince Johnson. Caesar Pele will be here. Caesar will join us. We'll talk Nima politics while he was dismissed. We'll have some conversations surrounding his dismissal as well. We'll talk about the governance of the country. And too many things. You can afford to miss this afternoon. Share the live. Those of you watching, just leave a comment. And I will do the acknowledgement right here on the show. What are the issues we're going to be looking at? The Supreme Court of Liberia has scheduled March 26th at about 11 o'clock a.m. to hear in battle Speaker Kova's bit of information and the rate of Madamon's petition filed by 7 suspended representatives of the House of Representatives. The LACC has investigated 27 corruption cases. We'll go through the report. We'll go through their conference that was held today. The SUP some students of the University of Liberia under the banner SUP who protested yesterday at the University of Liberia. They provided reasons why they were involved in the incident yesterday at the LFA. The guys, they've cited misappropriation of funds, the refusal of Mustafa Raji to make available comprehensive reports. And so these are the issues. Those are the issues we'll be talking about this afternoon on the show. I'd like to say good afternoon. Welcome. This is Bits and Pieces. And of course, I'm George, where I'm here up to later. I wish I might take leave of you. And so you have to share the live. All you can do now is to share the live, invite others to join and be a part of the show, because it promises to be very, very fascinating this afternoon on the show, Bits and Pieces. Those of you watching, just leave a comment. I will take this song and come right back and do the acknowledgement right here this afternoon on the show. Let's take this song, CRC, And the song is called Congratulations. It's a wonderful piece of music. Let's take this song and we'll come right back and do the acknowledgement of those of you watching the show this afternoon. Let's go.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Stanley Sharif says, good afternoon, Brother George. I'm watching from Broadville City. He says, please share the live. Okay. Dinah Dennis says, good afternoon. Jala, I'm watching from my residence in New York City. Emmanuel Jutomo Moba says, hi, Jala. I'm following you from 10th Street Sinker. Thanks for the information. Josh Watkins Jr. says, good afternoon, everyone. I'm following from my comfort zone in District 13, Moserado County. Prosperity Otis Chelsea Boya says, good afternoon. I'm watching you from LPMC Community, Ganta, Nimba County. Henry Tito Jr. says, good afternoon, George Wei. I'm watching from my residence in Cowell. Bill Sonkali says, good afternoon, VL. I'm following from the ministerial complex in Congo Town. David E. Harris says, good afternoon, my brother George. I'm following live from Benson Street. Stanley Sharif said, victory for Lone Star today. Okay, that's great. Just keep sharing the live and leave a comment as we move on. I will continue to do the acknowledgement here. Otaka Kaho says, good afternoon, George Wei, and I'm watching you live from my comfort zone in Maryland, USA. Thank you so much. Just keep sharing the live. And those of you watching, leave a comment, and I will do the acknowledgement as we move on with the show. And so let's take down the music. And start to talk about some of the issues on our plate this afternoon on the show Bits and Pieces. I'd like to say good afternoon, welcome wherever you are, and how best you go about listening. This is Bits and Pieces, and of course it's on Voice of Liberia 104.1 in Monrovia and other frequency across the country. Ish Ralph Flomo says, good afternoon, Josh, and thank you for the show this afternoon. Thank you. And the Supreme Court of Liberia, like I said in the intro, they've scheduled the 26th of this month at about 11 o'clock a.m. to hear the embattled speaker Bill of Information and the writ of Madamon's petition filed by 7 suspended representatives. And I think, like we have said, and we will continue to say, we depend on the court at this time to do what they are intended to do. At this time, the peace and stability of this country is squarely rely on the Supreme Court. If you had the opportunity yesterday to listen to the show, we spoke with Representative Marvin Cole. Representative Marvin Cole is one of those influential lawmakers of the minority bloc. And he said too many things. The lawmaker made too many remarks yesterday. And when people start to make these kind of remarks, it tells you that we have to be careful as a country. We have to be careful as people. We have to be careful as a court system within the country. If you listen to the lawmaker yesterday, you will feel that we're heading somewhere else. That's how you will feel. And so this afternoon, I would like for all of us to call on the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia to ensure that the hearing is done, void of whatever influence from whatever government or wherever. They should not be carried by whatever, but rather the right thing is what we all want to be done. Because as it stands, Liberians, they're sitting and waiting to hear from the Supreme Court on the 26th of March. And it's about time that the Supreme Court will have to understand that whatever goes wrong, there will be a time that people will say, oh yes, in this year 2025, in March on the 26th, the Supreme Court had a hearing on the bit of information that was filed by the embattled speaker at the time. And that hearing led to too many things. And we hope that it won't be. We hope that the court will do justice this time around in this case. We've listened to too many allegations, too many misinformation from some of our friends, some of our big brothers in government. But we don't want to give credence to some of the things they've said to us. Because as it stands, we trust the court system. And we hope that the court will do her best tomorrow to ensure that they come out with the ruling. Let it be interpreted well. If the guys from the majority bloc, if the way they're proceeding, that's how it should be. And as I told someone the other day, I said, reading the Constitution is another thing. So if you feel that probably you are a lawmaker and you've read the Constitution, you understand the Constitution. Whatever you do doesn't make you right until the court interpret it. Until it is being interpreted by the court. The laws of this country can only be interpreted by the court. So whether you understand the laws of the country, or you understand the Constitution, and you do whatever you see, oh, I understand the Constitution, I understand the laws of the country, I can do this, I can do that. It is only the Supreme Court that can better interpret the Constitution for you and I. So if you sit there and you just do whatever you feel you want to do, we sit and wait to hear from the Supreme Court on the 26th of this month. As we moved to the 26th of this month, fellow Liberians, what is said you expect from the Supreme Court? Fellow Liberians, what is said you expect from the Supreme Court on the 26th of this month? That's the question. And I hope all of you listening, fellow Liberians, you have your say towards this question I'm asking. Because where we are as a country, if we must continue to enjoy the peace, and stability that we all enjoy today, as it stands, the court, they have a major role to play. They have a major role to play. It is the same issue of the speaker that led the Capitol building today to be burned. That is the same issue now. That is the same issue involving the removal of speaker. The Capitol building today is being burned. And too many things. Has been happening since the issue of the removal of Speaker Kofa. Too many things has been happening. And so as it stands, the Supreme Court, you have a major role to play. And that's one thing we all should understand. We all should understand that yes, why it is true that we all somehow have a role to play. The Supreme Court as it stands have a major role to play. Because our people are not willing to go back to the dark days, fellow Liberians. Our people, they are no longer willing to go back to the dark days. And so we are calling on the Supreme Court to ensure that they hear into the bit of information filed by Embattled Speaker Fonati Kofa on the 26th. And we hope that it be void of political influence, whether from executive, whether from where or wherever. It should be done independently. And I know some of my big brothers at the Supreme Court, they will ensure that the right thing is done. And that's why we wait to see. Moving forward, fellow Liberians, the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, that's the LACC, they've investigated 27 corruption cases. They've investigated 27 corruption cases. Let me see. Franklin Iniesta Wilson, he says, following Comrade George, great show. Andrew Trogon Bestman says, good afternoon, family. Vinny from my business center at Old Road. Ruben says, good afternoon, George. I'm following from Kakata, Maigibi County to be specific, Mandingo Quarter. Nelson Dan says, good afternoon. My name is Nelson Dan, following the show from Broadview Estate. Doris God says, hi, I'm following you from Kakata, Maigibi County. Just continue to share the live and leave a comment. I will do the acknowledgement as well on the show. I read a release from the LACC, their official page. I read a release from the page. And in that release, the head of the LACC made us to understand that 2024 the LACC were able to investigate 27 cases, and those 27 cases, they are completed. The investigation of those cases are completed. But you know, one thing I want to say. One thing I want to say here, fellow Liberians, and I hope we all we'll sit and listen and see how we can discuss, we can have some discussion around this. Yes, we appreciate the LSCC for her investigation conducted so far. It's a very great start. But again, while it is true that the president needs to take action, the president needs to take steps, but look, it's also important, it's essential that there be a specialized anti-corruption court established in Liberia. It's essential, it's important that there be a court or anti-corruption court established in Liberia. Look, until we realize that it's important to have anti-corruption court in Liberia, you have these kind of investigation done. And at the end, there will be no action taken. Probably the only way action will be taken, then it will be based upon that party sentiment stuff. When you want to go after people, certain people. But when there's a court or specialized court of anti-corruption, when it is established in Liberia, when LSCC do investigation and people are involved with the kind of corruption malpractices, let me say, the kind of corrupt act or financial malpractices, they go in and face the court. They go and face the anti-corruption court. But until that is done, we'll be here every now and then and wasting resources. We'll be wasting resources on the LSCC. Because right now, the only thing Liberians they say now, the president should take action, the president should act. Fair enough. So now everyone looking up to the Supreme Court. So you see, everyone are looking up to the Supreme Court. But in my mind, if you had an anti-corruption court established in this country, the 27 persons that were investigated by the LNCC, they go and face that court. I think we'll be getting somewhere. When it is that way, fellow Liberians, I think we'll be getting somewhere. But until that is done, people will continue to witch hunt people in this country. Things will be done here based on party lines. People will witch hunt people, and all sort of reckless things will be done. I see on social media people calling on the president to take action. That's what I'm seeing on the social media, everybody. Why it is true that we appreciate the LSCC for the work they've done so far. But the people have to go to court. It is the court that will determine that these people, they are criminals. Until that, that's just a summary. That's just a summarized investigation they've done. So we sit and look up to the court. And in my mind, the government of Liberia, if the government is serious and want to fight corruption, this is about time to ensure that there be anti-corruption courts established in this country. Alfonso GBN says, I'm watching from Bombing County. Todman Burr. Michael Sao says, good afternoon. Falling from Kakata, Mike Gibby County. Nev Peef says, good afternoon, George. I'm watching from Monrovia. Keep sharing the live and just leave a comment as we move on with the show. I will continue to do the acknowledgement here. So I'm calling on the government this afternoon. Harris J. Saki said, hi, Big Brother George. I'm watching you live from Kakata City, my Gibby County. Please share the live. Okay, yes. Guys, please do that. And I'm calling on the government. I'm calling on the president. You got elected on the mantra of coming to right the wrongs. And so the issue of corruption, that was one of the things you spoke about. That was one of the things you spoke about. The government will need to understand that during the campaign, you said upon your election, those that are involved into corrupt practices, those that have stolen the Liberian people money, will ensure that they be fought. You ensure that you fight them. That's what you said. And so at this time, if you want to ensure that you succeed, you need to ensure that this code is established. LSCC not need to be telling you. We should not wait and LSCC be telling you, oh, we need to establish this code. It's a very great thing to have the code established, so that even those of your government officials, President Baka, those of your government officials that are involved in the corrupt practices, when they leave, and the next government to come, those guys will be investigated by the LCC and sent to that court. You get label like Bill Mangel Jones then. I saw the man, Senator Moy of Richard in Banga. The man went to break ground for town hall. That little boy, very corrupt guy. Saw him, and, you know, I was like, see that boy. The man has turned to one of the richest men now. These are people that after the 6 years of the Unity Party, they need to be investigated by the LCC. They need to be investigated by the LCC and sent to that court. And too many others in this government. So, President Bwaka, it is important that we have this specialized court established specifically for anti-corruption cases. And until that is done, I foresee the LCC in a very, very, tough situation to handle corruption cases in our country. Until that is done, we'll send money to the LCC, and what we want won't be actualized. What we want to see, it won't be actualized. And so Stanley says, Brother George, if the anti-corruption code is established, the same executive that established the code who use their executive power to overturn a court decision, brother, as long that Liberia, it can happen. Abraham Swan says, I'm watching from an chicken soup factory turning point. Masa Tivani says, I'm following from Crown Hill Broad Street, YMCA building. Thanks for the show, sir. Okay. And so I listened to the guys from the University of Liberia, Honor the Bino, I know SUP. And honestly, the guy raised some allegations. And not only the LFA, they got mentioned Bill McGill Jones, who has turned to be one of the richest men in Bon County. That corrupt boy who sat at the Ministry of Finance. More than 3 to 4 times now since the guy was appointed in the government. All kind of evil dudes. The man can live on inside. All the corrupting from the Ministry of Finance, the man will be inside. All of the issues of corruption. His name is always in there from the Ministry of Finance. So I listened to the guys. I listened to that press conference. They had a press conference. And they just completed the conference while I was coming in on the radio. So I decided to take some time to listen to that conference and digest some of the things they said. Again, I want to say this. I want to be very clear, fellow Liberians. They spoke about misappropriation of funds by the head of the LFA. It's a Musa Faraji, yes. And they also spoke about the issue of comprehensive reports that Mustafa Raji hasn't made available, or he has not been able to present to them or to the Liberian people, especially sports lovers, comprehensive report since he took over the LFA as president. According to them, until that is done, they will continue to visit the headquarters of the LFA. And I want to be very clear. I want to be very, very clear this afternoon on the show, fellow Liberians. Why it's true that we don't appreciate or we won't support people that are involved into corrupt practices, people that are involved into stealing the Bill Jones then. Why it's true that we will not appreciate that is also important that we say to you, Liberians, that this country is a country of law. This country is not a lawless country. Though the executive, they started off being very lawless, but we should not continue on that path. Yes, we agree it is a right to your peaceful assembly. To your peaceful assembly. But not to go and destroy people's properties. You beat on people. And then you sit there and you want to defend your attitude. You want to defend what you did. And this time around, I can support the SUP, the guys from the University of Liberia for what they did yesterday. You guys were in the wrong, and there is no other way. There is no other way that you can say you want to defend what you did yesterday. You go and you start to beat on people. You started to destroy people's properties. Is that what the law says? Is that what the law says? Obviously, no. You raised allegations. There were allegations that you raised. Some of the things you spoke about, they are your perception. You just perceiving. This man, he hasn't been investigated. And not investigated, man. He hasn't been investigated. That he stole. These are some of the things we're saying here, federal Liberians. Until this man is investigated by the LACC and he faces, or he goes to court, and the court says, yes, this man, he did this and he did this. Then we'll look up to whoever to take action. Then we'll look up to the government or the LFA to take action against him. Or whatever punishment prescribed in their bylaws of the LFA to be taken against him. But you just left. You went to the headquarters of the LFA and you decided to misbehave. Unlawfully, you started to do things. And you come and sit here and you want to defend what you did. You come and sit here and you want to defend what you did. That's being very lawless. And what you did, there need to be action taken. There need to be action taken, honestly. So let's take this break. Let's take this very short break. When we come back, we'll take a few of your calls. Avin Manon says, good evening, dear brother. Thanks so much for the information. I'm watching from Grand Cape Mount County, Kenya. Andrew K. Blackie says, good afternoon, my brother. I'm following from Banga this afternoon. Alexander Flomo said, well done, brother. So proud of you. I'm Alexander Flomo following from Johnsonville. It's a Backstreet. Thanks for the show. We'll take this song, and after the song, we'll come right back and take a few calls.
I'm feeling the vibes with originalhits.com.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Pepe can change go. The papa said no one to do it. Do. Clipper can rock you. Lepe, we coming true. You can see. All the good God do for me. Papa, your blessing to plant me and I get cut up to do. You open door, you made a way. Make my enemy carry away. They want to hold the down. I let them people not there. Me what they used to tell me. I mean, I let telling me okay. She open the corridor for me to pass. See how you turning around for good from the way to She great, I carry, and on your head. They chill and do well. Congratulations. Yeah, all my kids they wanting me for. All of my kids I give it to God. They think you like do it like full of my mom. They pop it like sober, make it like do. See the thing I do. Tell her to stay with her, don't so. Me I go pepe.
And so, welcome back to the show. While we with the guys to come in studio, like I said, they are from the University of Liberia. They're calling to them. They have some statements to make. They want to say a few things to their colleagues who were involved in the saga yesterday at the LFA. And so we will give the guys the time, maybe a few minutes they will be here, and later on Caesar Pele will come and we'll have some discussion right here on the show. So let's take few calls. 0773 419 0773 419 0773 419 better still 0773. Those of you in the counties, 0773 97 8564 0773 97 8564, or better still 0773. Those of you in Monrovia, those of you in Maserado, 0773 419 0 555 184711 184711, or better still 0773 419 Those of you in the county, 0773 978564. And so we can take few calls, maybe 2 or 3 calls quickly, and then we usher in the guys and we have our discussion right here. Let's take our very first caller. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Boniface S. I don't call from Providence County.
You call from where? Bannersville?
Broadview.
Oh, Broadview. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to thank you for the many topics on the discussion this afternoon.
Cool.
But what I want to say, the Supreme Court can access the Supreme Court. We were not just only interpreting the law, but whatever judgment that the Supreme Court may come up with on the 26th of this month will not just be used as an interpretation, but will be used as laws to so many cases that may come after this.
Oh, yeah.
International wise, court around the world will make reference to the Supreme Court of Liberia. So the Supreme Court, I can say to them, their integrity is online here. Their integrity is online. The world, not only Liberians are looking at them, but the world at large. And what I want to say to my comrades of the University of Liberia, it's about time that we present ourselves to be more civilized and not just violence. When things happen, just what you said, you have the right to demonstrate. You can do it peacefully.
Honestly.
You can do it peacefully, but by entering people's working places, burglarizing places, damaging cars,
Beating on people.
it's not fun. It's not fun at all. We as young people, so I want to question their minds. I try to use the most civilized way. You see the motorcyclists. One thing I will never love a motorcyclist, but now I'm trying to love them because what on the time I know goes to happen. All of that demonstration have been peaceful. The police have been trying to provoke them, but I think it been with it. So that's the best way. That's the Liberia that we are heading to. Although the government is not going the way in which we are expecting it.
Thank you.
We shouldn't mind that and to spoil our needs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get another person on the line. Hello. Welcome. What's your name?
Brother George, where you?
Yeah. What's up?
He Harris and I call from Broad Street.
Harris, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Brother George, thank you for bringing your information to our doorstep this afternoon.
Go ahead.
Brother George, if the Supreme Court is ruling, handing down their ruling on the 26th, we want it to be clear and definite. We don't want it to happen the first time they rule in the legislature case that they talk about what I know, what kind of ultra or whatsoever. Let it be clear and definite and decisive. Lastly, on the issue of the gas on suit, we want them to hold people accountable, but not to be violent. You don't have to bust into people's property and go there and go protest. You can stand outside of the stand and do a protestation and hold people accountable. I think it will be better off. Thank you, Brother George.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. You've made a point. Thank you. Let's get another person on the line. Hello. Welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome. What's your name? From where you call?
Good afternoon, Brother George. How do you do?
I'm okay. What's your name? From where you joined the show? Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is James Bade, and I'm the chairman of the Veteran Assembly District 16, Nikru Town. Brother George, thank you this afternoon for your deliberation. I listened to your point. You know, you talk about the students don't have the right to go anywhere and exhibit, violent attitude or, to be lawless.
Mm.
But let's look at it this way. Most of the people who believe in lawlessness, they are lecturers and instructors of the state-run university. Most of them are lawmakers. They are lecturing at the state-run university. Time. People who, when they are going past car, they will go and bust it off. Bring drilling machine and bust it off. They are instructors. They are lecturers at state-run university. Am I lying, Brother George?
Go ahead and make a point, please. There are others on the line.
So when we talk about lawlessness, they are people who establish the lawlessness. It is in their hands, and they are lawmakers the second time around, lawmakers, and they are preaching their own law. They are told that people at the time, under this government and in the country, there is no law. So that everybody is lawless. So if the student get and go somewhere and exhibit the thing at you, will you believe them? So preach the book. If a lawmaker believes in lawlessness, why you bossing your friend car? When they ready, they hold their friend and chunk it out and take it outside and do everything. Then when Supreme Court talk, they say that Lagos talk.
Okay.
Where do we go?
Okay, thank
we
you.
Go, I'm asking. So that's it.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you. Let's take a call. And we're trying to set the guys on the camera. Once it's set, we will usher the guys to the platform this afternoon. Let's take this present. Good afternoon. Welcome. What's the name from where you join us?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Welcome. What's the name?
Okay, I'm Asa Clamito Dennis, prefer to be called the Peace Ambassador of Grand Gide. I call from Pittsville.
From Grand Gide? Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you for the topic on our discussion. But like the brother Jerry Rackes said, if you see most of the lawmakers, most of the minister today in our government, those are guys who have carried on lot of hard demonstration on government, including the Augustine Bay Gafua today, who is a minister of finance and the security advisor to the president, Kofi. Who all these people, they are people who used to throw demonstration and do all the work in the country. So these people, when this thing happening, they don't get voice again to stop it.
Okay.
You see what there? And another thing on the issue of the judiciary, the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court, we are looking at their keenly, and also the international panel here, they are looking at them. Why they will come over here? It will bring more respect to our judicial system. But if they make any mistake, it will cause serious problem for us. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's take this piece. Let's get a piece coming right here. We're not taking calls, please. Let's get a song right here. To be right back.
Download your favorite song at originalhits.com.
Pepe can change go. The papers know what to do it. People can rock you. Lepe when you come in true. You can see. All the good gonna do for me. I pay your blessing to plant me and I get cut up to do. You open door, you made a way. Make my enemy call away. They want more low down. I let them people next day. Me really so that I mean I telling me okay. She open the corridor for me to pass. She how you turn around for good. They went to bed. She great, I carried another mate. The chichi and do well. Congratulations.
And of course, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show this afternoon, right here on Base and Pieces. Ansu Coleman says, I'm following from the economic freedom fighters of Liberia. Stanley Sharif says, Brother George, let me say this to the listening public. The protest by so-called soup was sponsored by some government officials. That's an allegation. We don't have proof to that. Sorry to say that we don't have proof to that. And so, yeah, Caesar, just sit in the chair. Yeah, just sit there. Okay. So, we have some students of the University of Liberia. They come from the Progressive Student Alliance. And we have, of us, the chairman, Justin, is it Jalaba? Hope I'm getting it right. Justin W. Jalaba. He's the chairman of PROSA of the University of Liberia. Toga Harris Williams. He's the secretary general of the Progressive Student Alliance of the University of Liberia. And so the guys are here this afternoon. I will give them a few minutes. Like I said, I already got a guess, but yeah, I just thought to squeeze them in because yes, I received a call from a very good friend, and I decided to give the guys a few minutes. So, guys, welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much, and we wholeheartedly, appreciate you for the invite. So, quickly, by the way, the introduction, I am Comrade Toga Harris Williams, and I'm the Secretary General of the Progressive Student Alliance at the State University. And let me be quick to say that I bring you greetings from the over 25,000 students at the State University and from the trained militants and cadre of the Progressive Student Alliance of the State University, PROSA. And I also bring you greetings from the man who chairs the joint session, the cross sessions of our party, in person of Comrade Adeolo, Comrade Commissar, Comrade Chairperson, Justin W. Jalawa Jr. So again, we are glad to be here. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, so thank you very much, and we want to say a salute to you, and also we appreciate the fact that you have afforded us the opportunity to sit on your platform and communicate some important issues. It's always important whenever we have the time and the space to interact with the masses of our people, to send out information to the public. It's always good to sit on a platform like your platform. This is one of the widely listened to platforms in the country. So we appreciate the opportunity, and it's good to sit on your show. Thank you for the opportunity.
How is PROSA?
The institution is on course, and the institution is in active readiness. And as we speak to you now, the party is in charge of the debate on the campuses of the University of Liberia. So we can say the party is on course. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, let's get the ball going. There are too many issues involving the University of Liberia of recent. Too many things happening on the compound of the University of Liberia. The issue involving Dor Cooper, the issue that happened yesterday at the headquarters of the LFA, and just too many things happening that involved the University of Liberia. But let's get the ball going step by step. I want us to get started with the issue yesterday that involved some of your colleagues from the SUP. Is it the Students Unification Party?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yes. Firstly, what you make of the ad yesterday involving your colleagues?
Yeah, so firstly, we want to say here on your platform, we sit here to strongly condemn the act of gangsterism carried on by militants of the Student Unification Party. We want to say here it is not wrong. We will not sit on the show here and tell you that it is wrong to assemble peacefully or to protest. This is something that our institution, like we always say, our institution is an institution that believes in non-violence. Our institution has gotten involved into civil disobedient actions. But the action yesterday on the part of people who are militants of SUB, yesterday, the action that was carried on at the Liberia Football Association at the office, we witnessed something that was very, very, very embarrassing, and it has brought serious embarrassment not only to their own institution but also to the image of the University of Liberia. Because to be a student activist at the University of Liberia, you must be refined in your thoughts, you must be refined in your actions. to witness yesterday, militants of the Student Unification Party that have allowed themselves to be used for commercial purpose. We understand.
Did I hear you say commercial purpose?
Yeah, commercial purpose. They are commercial revolutionaries, and you know they continue to parade under the pretense that they are in the struggle for social justice and academic freedom. But the real truth here is that those guys you see on campus parading in khaki, they are commercial revolutionary, they are commercial student activists. People are using them.
Why you think so?
And it is just clear. Imagine with all of the complexities at the university and with the contradictions in a Liberian society, the Student Unification Party will leave all the issues. We are not saying it is wrong to raise concern at the Liberia Football Association. We are not saying it is wrong. But we have established through the intelligence bureau of our institution, we have established that the guys from the Student Unification Party were given money by elements within AFA who are ambitious, who have ambition to unseat Raji. They have what they have decided to do is to give militants from SUP money to go at that place and create a very, very, very ugly scene, create panic at that place. Because imagine what happened yesterday. The guys went to the office of the Liberia Football Association. That particular building was recently dedicated, was built and given to the Liberia Football Association through FIFA. Imagine what the guys did yesterday. They went into that place, vandalized the place, went away with valuable items. Even if you say you have issue and you want to raise concern, there are ways that you can do it. But
I'm yet to understand. These guys, they are students from the University of Liberia. They're not maybe members of the LFA. Why go there to demonstrate?
And this is why, that's the reason why we are telling you there's an undertone and the motive behind the action yesterday. We are telling you that over time, it is only a matter of time that the Liberian people get to understand the truest nature of the guys on the university campus, parading under the pretext and under the pretense of being true revolutionary.
If you were asked to point out some of those you feel that gave your guys money to go and stage a protest yesterday,
I want to say, like I told you, I said there are elements within the AFA in our institution. Very soon the institution will unravel some of those individuals within the AFA. Very soon, our institution will unravel the names of some of those individuals that are sponsoring those talks on campus in khaki to carry on act of vandalism at the Liberia Football Association. We want to say it was a very ugly incident. It has brought serious embarrassment to the image of the university and also to student activism on the university campus. Imagine today, with the wave of condemnation yesterday, even in the public, today, if you say you are a student activist of the university, people look at you with disdain. People look at you with different look because of the form and manner in which student militants in this dispensation have decided to allow themselves to be used for dangerous purposes. That's not the essence of student militancy. Student militancy, the real essence of student militancy is for people to be able to properly communicate their issues. And that's the reason why we have said over time, the current generation of SUP on campus, they have listened to the guy yesterday after the vandalism, after carrying on the thuggish attitude. Listen to what the guy said yesterday when they presented him the opportunity to speak, to justify their action. Listen to the young brother. Listen to the young brother flip-flopping in his analysis, giving incoherent analysis that was not even making sense. He was not even presenting logic. That's the reason why we are saying student activism should be premised on intellectualism. You must properly communicate your issues to the republic. You must properly communicate your issue and not to get involved into attitude of hysterism. It was wrong.
Chairman, let's hear you. Not Chairman, Secretary General.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think the chairman is very much emphatic and the chairman is robust in your analysis. Look, for us, over the years, we have consistently lamented that it is good as a Liberian citizen to protest, because protestation itself is not a violation of the Constitution. And as a citizen, we are guaranteed, our rights are guaranteed under the Constitution of the Republic. But even in the same Constitution, your action as a citizen, you are held accountable for your own action, and you are responsible for any action thereof. So what we witnessed yesterday, it is a sin not just the struggle on one thing. And in fact, we as a university students, we are currently disturbed.
Why are you guys?
We are disturbed because the point yesterday from the brothers on the other side, that doesn't even be saying that you're a student. In fact, the student, when you're they are questioning intellectual ability and the essence of existing. In fact, because of the action yesterday, the brothers. So it is not just shameful on your part. The disgrace is not just on your part. It is a national disgrace that is even hinting on the University of Liberia. Because we are student valuable, we are student militants. It's our formal responsibility to reflect our contradictions because it is what we sum up to. It is what we ought to do, right, for our students. Because many of our students, they don't have the opportunity to sit behind the microphone. They don't have the opportunity to speak to the press. So we put the argument in perspective and present the argument before the public and the stakeholder for actions. So serving at their serving, collecting their information and exporting it to national government for decision making will go on the rampage. Will go on the rampage by doing something very much different from what we've been preaching. For us, we are baffled. You know, but again, this is a society. Look, when you have a society where the population, especially the young people, that constitute majority of the population, they are not employed, number one. They are not financially equipped.
You think that's why these things are happening?
Two, they are not also intellectually inclined. You will have series of situations
of such.
Yes. And the one the chairman just told you, right? This brother, because of the high economic reality and the hardship in the country, they have been used by politicians. And we want to be very clear today, right? Mr. Walker and the government should be very mindful. Those in authority today should be very much careful. Because just for the same arrogance exhibited yesterday by all groups that were there.
Okay.
And we saw the history, we saw how they ended up. Today, this is another generation that choosing to invest in gains of currency, to invest in talks, to invest in brothers who are economically disenfranchised, to use them for their own political motive. And we think it is very much bad. Okay. And we are ashamed. But again, the avant-garde party, PROSA, we are the genuine voice of the students. This is why, over the years, our advocacies have been central around student interest and national policy making.
Okay.
We reflect our contradiction that directly affects the students and the citizens.
All right.
Look at the contradiction that is pervading the corridor. 1 minute, please. Look at the contradiction. Look at the rules. You have one public work minister that's squandered just in recent times 22.4 million. Why would the brother on the other side cannot go and take debate? You have look at Mr. Bwaka's statement. He said to the world, not just to the Liberian people, but to the world, that there will be no custom in the month. We saw that even in dry season, the war between Grand Gide and Nima Kante is cut off. In dry season, what will happen to when the rainy season? So these are contradictions. Government officials are using $95,000 of venture pay money to buy vehicles. These are contradictions that brothers should be speaking to. Not to go to one building that will very struggle for international partners, put their funds together to give back to your country. Go look at the place. In fact, brothers is soon the entire building. You know the building is made out of the glasses and things. They bought everything.
Okay.
Right.
So the cash giveaway is on. Two persons just played two times. Two persons quickly. Two persons play quickly. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with $200 and you win 20,000. I'm giving 20,000 on the show. Star 799 star 90 hash. Star 799 star 90 hash. Two persons play 2 times quickly on the show, and then we give 20,000 Liberian dollars to one person very quickly on the show. So I want us to talk a bit about the current state of the university under the new president. What's your take, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, so the what we want to say is that the current state of affairs of the University of Liberia, and with the unfolding situation currently at the university, as it relates to the issue of the iron drop that has led to protests at the university, and our institution has been involved. And what we can say is that we want to sit here to provide that clarity, because it has been misconstrued in the public that we are just on campus to create unnecessary chaos, and we are on campus to create unnecessary disruption of classes. We want to say no. The first thing here, when the new president, the newly appointed president, when she was given the opportunity to serve as president of the University of Liberia, we met with her. We had a conversation, a very decent conversation, because as a decent institution, as an institution, I believe in dialogue. That's the way we think that we can derive our solutions for the university. So we met with the president through the acquaintance meeting, because there was an acquaintance meeting call. We met with the president, and in that meeting, we were very clear as an institution. We told the president, the first thing we highlighted to the president, we told her, this university is engulfed with too many issues. So as president of the university, you must be able to put your feet down to the ground and be able to address some of these issues. That's the first thing. You must understand the system and be able to tackle the major problems there at the university. And don't forget, there is an established cartel at that university that continues to undermine presidents at that university. So the newly appointed president, Dr. Mapanya, must be very, very careful, because with the way she's proceeding as president, with the adamant posture that she's putting on, the display of arrogance, we want to say here, there are people within the system. There are people within the system that want to see her leave in that position, and they are ill advising her. We want to say, we as student leaders, we preside over the bigger constituent in our university. The reason why you have a president of the University of Liberia is because of the students at the university. In the absence of the students, you cannot have a president of the University of Liberia. So she is not operating in isolation. She's operating because there are students at the university. So on the issue of the iron draft, the root cause, let me tell you the root cause of this whole issue. And the root cause of the issue is from the Door Cooper saga, or what we call the Door Cooper's Gate. What happened during the reign of Richard Nixon, the Watergate scandal and all that. We have the Door Cooper's Gate at the university, the Door Cooper scandal, where a degree was given to Door Cooper that he didn't deserve. And we want to say, if the administration first when we met, and they told us that there were individuals, elements within the system that manipulated the system and gave or presented a degree to Door Cooper. What we want to say here, the blame, the responsibility is squarely on the hands and on the heads of the administration of the university. Because if there are people within the system who you hire to do a job, and they decide to manipulate the system to give an individual, why is it that the university is not going after Door Cooper? We must firstly be calling on the university to be able to point out those individuals who presented a degree to Door Cooper. Door Cooper cannot then work at the university and take a degree. He cannot just enter the university and take a degree. There are people who present that degree to Door Cooper.
Do you think the administration should be held?
The administration must muster the courage to publish the names of those people in the system who presented a degree to Door Cooper. Before you can prosecute Door Cooper, before you can revoke the degree, you must be able to prosecute those people who gave Door Cooper the degree. You cannot be going after Door Cooper and you cannot prosecute the people who gave Door Cooper the degree. You are shooting criminals within the system, and that's the reason that has led to that particular whole iron drop issue, because they want to restructure the system. And what they are doing is decide to take the iron drop button. Normally, students before midterm, students will have the opportunity, those students who are auditing classes will have the opportunity to do iron drop. But now it is at a disadvantage of the students because of what happened. And you cannot blame them, you cannot hold the students responsible. The students cannot be at a disadvantage of what happened at the university. It was a mistake, and it was as a result of the sluggish attitude of the administration that led to what happened. The students cannot be held responsible, and that is our point.
So what is said the administration were able to say to you guys as it relates to taking action against those that criminally presented him the degree?
And our point as an institution here is that the administration must muster the courage. They must be brave enough to be able to. If you can call out the name of Door Cooper, you can go to the length of revoking the degree of Door Cooper. Why can't you publish the names of the individual within the system that gave the Okupo the degree, that manipulated the system, that carried on that particular fraudulent act and malfeasance, academic malfeasance.
So what the school administration is saying to you?
And that's the reason they're telling us that there are individuals within the system who get the Okupo degree, and in fact they are prosecuted. You cannot do prosecution on the cover. You must do a prosecution. You must publish the names of the individuals that are in the system that presented a degree to Dokupo, so the Liberian people can understand who are those individuals or who were those individuals in the system that get Dokupo the degree. But you cannot just come out and tell us that, oh yeah, we are doing internal. No.
Is there investigation
to save the image?
Are they doing investigation
to save the image of the University of Liberia? Because this situation of Dokupo has created serious embarrassment for the university. To save the image of the university must go one step further to present the names of individuals within the system that carry on this particular act.
Let's hear you.
So thank you very much. I think you asked a question pertaining to the new president of the university. Look, for us, even as early as it is, we are disappointed already in that Mapaya. The reason is very simple. You know?
You mean the president of the college?
Yeah, the president of the university, Dr. Mapaya. Lady Mapaya. We are already disappointed. Even with 100-day deliverables, and we were far east. I think it is a charade, just empty show beating and just the same shenanigans lecture. At the end of the day, no one should expect anything better from the Damapine, because we are portion, a current portion, and with that kind of deep arrogance he's displaying, just in a short period of time, we know that the Damapine leadership will be one of the worst. And for her, we pay her condition. Yes, she may have her own qualification.
Why you were being in school and pushing for the worst? We
are not pushing for the worst. The worst that is happening, what we're saying, we're discussing. We are not pushing for failure. For her, she may have a good intent. I mean, she's from a very renowned society. She had the ambition, and she actually had the desire to do it. But because of the cartel that she's setting among the piece of advice that she's getting, just imagine. Less than 90 days, I think 2 months, 3 months. She becoming so arrogant to the extent that she can even consult student leaders in taking decisions. In fact, the other day, the man classified all student leaders as just bunch of North record who doesn't even know what they are doing. Just imagine. So we think that she is heading nowhere, and that university in the first place, student leaders, they are directly engaged and involved into student activity on a daily basis. You cannot take decisions that will be affecting the thousands of students at the State University and exclude student leaders, especially party like PROSA. By doing so, we think that it is at your own detriment, because we are directly engaged with the student activity. We know how it affects the students. Okay. We know how the students are even felt about your own administration. We know what are those conversations in the corridors from the circle of the students. So for all, we are directly involved. So to be taking decisions, and you think that student leaders, they are not important to make decisions, even to come to the table and have dialogue and come with conclusion as to what decision will be taken that will affect the student, whether negative fashion or in positive way. And you think that you are just supposed to be that demagogue that's supposed to sit somewhere and just impose decision. So the thing you see at the university in current days, in these few days, these are just the normal challenges. You know, when the man took over, the president, when she took over,
yeah, Bitz got to take few calls.
When the president took over, we presented, in fact, we welcomed her to the university, and we told her to be very much steadfast. We told the president to start the ball rolling right away. We told her that, in fact, and she told in one of the meetings that she was reviewing documents to see how best to tackle challenges. And we told her, we said, no, Mr. President, necessarily you don't even need a document to know that the CBFV building is very deployable. You know how to pursue document to show that the CBFV building is very much bad for students to learn on. You don't need a critique document to know that there's no water in the bathrooms. In fact, our females from Finland, they are using the butchers to eat themselves. There is no way that you will even say you are perusing document to know that the university library infrastructures, they are very much deployable. So you must tackle the problem at hand and forget about whether you are perusing document to see how best. You are already told that in 100 days you will tackle major problems. And it was interesting to know that up to today, Up to today, go to the University of Liberia campuses, especially the Penal campus, go and see the bar rooms.
Okay.
There's
So,
in fact, there's
so,
no
so
there's
we
no
have
nothing
we
extreme.
have we have of us this
Serious
afternoon.
circumstances, and for us, we know that the Mapaya, she just want to block. Our administration will be one of the worst because of the piece of advice getting, and the cartel.
Yeah, so quickly before you take calls.
I come to you guys. I come to you. So this afternoon we have the chairman of the Progressive Student Alliance, and we also have the Secretary General of the Progressive Student Alliance. You're listening to them. They've spoken about the issues involving their colleagues yesterday, what they did at the LFA. They've spoken about some of the issues. They were specific with the issue involving Door Cooper and the issue of the administration. Probably you have questions, comments, or recommendation. We can take few calls and we'll get back to them to respond to some of your comments. And then, like I said, we'll have Caesar Pele. Caesar Pele, he's the former chairman of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction. He will be here. What led to his dismissal from, is it the Ministry of Public Works? Yeah, I'm sure. So he will be here this afternoon and we'll ask him some questions. He will take some of our hard questions right here on the show. Keep playing the cash giveaway as well. Star 799 star 90 hash. One person can just play 2 times now quickly, and then I do the draw. Star 799 star 90 hash. Let's go to the line 0773 41950 0773 41950 0773 41950. Those of you in Monrovia, 0773 41950 0773. This person is on the line. Good afternoon. Welcome. What's your name? Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome. What's your name? Be snappy. 10 seconds. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm here from Pinsville.
From Pinsville. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me tell you guys, it's changing. It was just good that we get different party on our the soup alone, when they alone are the different parties are there with damage the image of the entire student and in the country because those guys they get any kind of action and before they get to go to the action was ready. Are they having any practice, any football party on the campus there that get problem to that whole or elevator? They reach they went there. They don't have no problem. Who saw them there? Why they reach or leaving that campus to go there?
Okay.
Number 2.
Let's take another person. Welcome. What's your name?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Let's hear you. 10 seconds. Quickly. Knock the hammer on the head.
My name is Star and I call you from the coach street.
Go ahead.
I want to commend these guys in the studio, but it is starting. It is disgraceful. Student of the Premier University of Liberia shouldn't be going that route. So I want them to go in their cluster, see how best they can and redress to this issue that our nation is not faced with. The environment is too much.
Okay. Let's take this person. Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, good evening.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. I've been listening to the.
What's your name, please? What's your name, please?
I'm Imar Smith, calling from Central West Point.
Email, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. We used to see this thing yesterday. Now, these guys, they go on our campus. Even Channel said they can't invent any channel or just to cause confusion. We used to say yesterday, people who were looking today is growing.
Okay.
So, we're accusing people paying other people to carry on protest or to invent people property and things. We were saying it yesterday, the overlooking today is growing. So, person overlooking, people will complain for because yesterday when it was happening, people embrace it. People were happy with it. People say a whole lot of things here. And today, it happened today. People get a problem with it.
So because it happened yesterday, so it should continue, brother? Is that what you say?
I don't say it. I don't say it, but people embraced it yesterday. They were calling other people hero.
Okay.
They were calling other people hero today.
Okay, our final caller right there on this segment, and we'll get back to the guys to respond, and we'll usher in Cecil Pele. Welcome. What's your name?
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Odysseus Moba. I'm the Secretary General of the Student Unification Party.
Let's hear you. I know you want to clarify.
I just roamed through the station, and I thought it was for the sake of the audience, not the sake of those guys in studios, because these are people who have never regarded all the time.
We'll give you 1 minute 30 seconds.
Represented the essence of student movement.
We'll give you 1 minute 30
Let me
seconds.
just make it clear that the party's position yesterday at the LFA, it was marked and backed by the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. We assembled at the LFA very peaceful.
Hello. What section of the Constitution that says
Article 17 of the Constitution gives right to you expressing your disenchantment through protestation in a very peaceful manner.
But were you guys peaceful? Hello. Were you guys peaceful yesterday?
Did you read the party?
Hello. Were you guys peaceful yesterday?
We were very peaceful. Unless
so what led? Hello.
Those who
okay, but then I can continue with you. Sorry. So guys, you listen to the callers.
Yeah. So
just respond quickly.
Yeah. Thank you very
and
much.
in your party comments quickly. Let's go.
Thank you very much. I think all of the callers are in line with the discussion, and this is what everybody should be against. The other part of this is very bad. Why the Constitution give all of us the right to protest,
peaceful assembly,
in a peaceful manner. So anything beyond peaceful is something that is very much chaotic, and you, as an individual, will bear your own responsibility. So again, I want to say thank you, but very quickly, 2 issues. Very quickly, the party, the Progressive Student Alliance of the State University, want to be very much clear, and we brought here in your studio that Mr. Walker should be very mindful, especially when it comes to the issue about the free tuition bill, right? There's the information in the corridor, and we are getting classified information that Mr. Walker and the government, they are already decided to repeal the free tuition.
Where are you guys getting the information?
Look, the party is very much sophisticated to the extent that we have the intelligence bureau of our party that fill up with information and intelligence. So we are very much informed. This is a caveat to the regime. We are aware that in fact the university already decided, and there are few student leaders, especially from the angle of person that the name has already been mentioned, to be suspended or to be expelled by the university. If Mr. Walker want to cancel the free tuition policy and in defense for the students. So we want to be very clear that Mr. Walker should be very mindful, because thousands of students, they are surviving, they are living with this particular free tuition. They are surviving from the free tuition, and their parents, they are alleviated of burden on their parents. So we will not sit there and allow Mr. Walker to embody the free tuition.
Okay, thank you.
Lastly, before you go to the chairman, that my parents should be very much careful also. We mean well for the university. That's why, in fact, over the year, we are advocating for genuine representation of the students, especially when it comes to the issue of the administration towards students' activity. That my parents is here to want to serve the students and not to disenfranchise the students.
Okay.
The eye and job body should be added, because it is the student rights to education. Okay. So that our parents be mindful.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Yeah, so thank you once again, and we want to say we appreciate the opportunity, and we look forward to coming back here another time. And you see, there is the kind of embarrassment that I talk about. I want to save the university from this embarrassment. You listen to the kid who called, even though I don't want you. Yeah, I don't want you. I decided not to already give him currency, but you listen. The intellectual empathy. If that kid who presented himself to be Secretary General of the Student Unification Party, that tell you the kind of institution that we have on campus. See the level of embarrassment crumbling under the weight of his own logic. Your institution issue a statement condemning the attitude, and you come back again, you say, under Article 17, the Constitution assemble peacefully. How can you define peaceful assembly as damaging state property, entering the building and taking away laptop? That is thievery. And we must condemn that. And we want to say here, there's a sinister plan on the part of the university. From the angle of the administration, we've received that information, that there's a plan by the administration of the university to expel and suspend some critical voices from the African Party, top officials of our institution, from the executive council of our party. We want to say to the administration, and we want to say to President Dr. Mapaya, do not take that route. Because what we can say to you here, we are not afraid, and we are only flagging this because we want to inform you that that particular path you are about to take is not good. We have the right, as student leaders on our university campus, to communicate and channel the grievances of university students. But if you feel threatened, if you feel threatened by the fact that we are critical and you want to get rid of us, we are prepared, and we are prepared, fully prepared to come face to face with our prosecutors and to face prosecution. History does not operate in vacuum. There were people yesterday who were very critical against the system, and the administration felt threatened and they took action against those people, and later they were vindicated in history. We are prepared, we are fully prepared to be burnt on the altar of the revolution as long as in the interest of student masses at the university. We'll continue to argue and we'll continue to say at the university that university should be improved. There should be student exchange program. There should be internship at that university. And we cannot keep talking about bosses in this particular time and age in the 21st century. We cannot keep talking about bathroom that university. The University of Abroad should be one of the best universities in West Africa and even Africa to a larger extent to the world. We want to say thank you for the opportunity, and we look forward to coming back here another time. Thank you for the opportunity.
The voice of the chairman of the Progressive Student Alliance of the University of Liberia. And we also have Thoga Harris Williams, and Thoga is the Secretary General of the Progressive Student Alliance. And so we'll take this very short musical interlude. When we come back, we will have on the platform Caesar Pele right here. Let's take this song. And after the song, we will usher Caesar to the platform. Quickly, let's acknowledge those watching. Wait, let me get it quickly here. Let me get it quickly here. Too many presents following. Okay, Big Brother George. Let me say this to the listening public: the protest by the so-called soup was sponsored by some government officials. Okay, I think I read that CDC Papi Success Skater for Life says, good afternoon, voice of Liberia, or viewer from Dupo Route, rescue train to big excuse train. Okay. AB Jabate says, good afternoon, VOL family. I'm watching from Western Cluster Office. Stanley Sharif said, please put them on camera. Okay, I think I did that already. Henry T. Foyo says, Liberia. Oh, Liberia. Boyman Dassin says, I'm Boyman Dassin, watching from 8th Street. And Asata and Miller says, good afternoon, Brother George. I'm watching live from Red Light. OP Odin Johnson says, good afternoon. I joined the conversation from Doe Community. Comfort David says, I'm Stanley Sharif. No, Comfort David says, Stanley Sharif 6 years ago protest by what you meant. Okay, let's get this present. TK Bix says, good. Hi, brother. Kova Shantoba says, I'm falling from Johnsonville Sports Center, District 2. Thanks for the update. Henry Logan says, good day, guys. Okay, Henry Logan is watching from Bon County, District number 3. And Joe S. Kaluble says, hi, I'm watching from Banja. Thomas Double Mobolu says, good afternoon, VL. I'm watching from EFW Rehab, Pinsville City. Can't just wait to hear from the chairman. The chairman is here already. Yes, Caesar Pele is here already as our guest. So we'll take this break, share the live, invite others to join. Once we get Caesar on the live, we will definitely commence our discussion right here. Let's take this song to be right back. And so continue to play. One person play 2 times, star 799, star 90 hash, star 799, star 90 hash. You play with $200 Liberian dollars. You win for yourself. 20,000. I'm giving out 20,000. Right after Caesar, I will do 2 draws. So I mean, it's an opportunity for you to continue to play. Star 799, star 90 hash. Star 799, star 90 hash. Play with $200 Liberian dollars. And of course, you win for yourself 20,000 Liberian dollars right here. I'd like to say good afternoon to our people in Bassa. If you're in Bon County, you're in Kakata. And those of you listening to us in Bomi counties, we'd like to say good afternoon and welcome to Biz and Pieces. Let's take this piece. When we come back, we welcome to the platform our guest. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey,
Clipper can rock you. Lippe, we coming true. You can see. All the good God do for me, oh. I pay your blessing to plant me and I get cut up to do, oh. You open door, you made a way. Make my enemy calibrate. They want to hold it down. I let them people make their game. Me relate to tell them, I mean, I let telling me, okay, she open the corridor, let me do that. Say, okay. See how you turn around for good from the way to power. She great, I carried another mate. She didn't do well, congratulations. Yeah, all my kids they wanted me for. All of my Kenya give it to God. They think you like do it like all of my mom. They pack it like job, I make it like do. See the thing I do. Tell her to stay with her, don't so. Me, I got Pepe, jump to turn it around for me. When all of them were looking down on me, Clipper, you kill a show. Your own part is slow but show. Tell me I told tell me yes, sir. Used to put your level, tell me what's that. Lick belly them down to your tray. Papa, I do as you say. Yeah. I can see. All the good God I do for me, oh. Papa, your blessing to plant me and I get out of the door. You open door, you made a way.
And of course, congratulations. The man CRC is a wonderful piece. The song is called Congratulations. Like I said earlier, our guest, or our second guest on the show this afternoon is Za Mambodo Pele. And Za is the chairman. Is it the chairman?
Yes, I'm
the National Youth Chair of the MDR of the late Prince Johnson. That's the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction. He's the National Youth Chair. And so he's on the platform this morning. This afternoon. So a lot of issues we'll talk about. As you may be aware, Zah was dismissed from the Ministry of Labor. Why was he dismissed? Probably being a chairman of this party that here from Nimba. The senatorial by-election is on in Nimba. We'll talk about it. We'll hear from him a bit on the politics in Nimba County. And maybe other issues. We will talk a bit about the government, maybe the performance of the government. We're giving the time this afternoon on the show. So keep playing the cash giveaway. Like I said, star 799 star 90 hash, star 799 star 90 hash. You play with $200 Liberian dollars. You stand a chance shortly to win 20,000. Yeah. So all you need to do now, you have to play as many times you can play. Star 799 star 90 hash. Play with 200, you win for yourself 20,000 Liberian dollars. So let's leave it as it is and welcome to the platform the National Youth Chair of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction. Good afternoon, Honorable Chairman. Welcome to Bits and Pieces on Voice of Liberia. How are you?
Yes, good afternoon and good afternoon to the listening audience and to the management of the Voice of Liberia. I just want to say thank you for the invite. This is a privilege, and this invite cannot be underestimated as relate to our national day schools, as relate to Liberians across the nation listening to us. There's an opportunity for us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for honoring the invitation. Too many times you've scheduled us and we can see you at the end of the day, but welcome. It's good to have you.
Yes, at time when there are issues, at time you weigh the merit and the demerit. You sit in your closets, analyze, critique, and there will be solutions. There will be a lot of calls. There will be a lot of interactions. And there will be diversions of views when it comes to, situations as they unfold. So like you said, I've been invited several times by Voice of Liberia, not just Voice of Liberia, online platform. Many people, many reliable institutions in the country have invited me to present my case, and I see that it was not timely at the time, taking into consideration, the prevailing situations. But I'm here today.
Liberians are listening to you from all across the country. Let's get the ball going. Why you were dismissed from the Ministry of Labor?
You see, we are in a society, in a generation that we will not foresee rapid political transformation because of the way in which we proceed with governance of the states. In November of last year, after our late political leader passed off. So like you said, the issue of my dismissal, what related to my dismissal, I don't want to say it was on the basis of the tribute that were stated at the funeral. I think there were some inner issues taking into consideration our robust spokes to the Ministry of Labor when we were there as Director for Occupational Health and Safety. And I was the first director in that position.
Okay.
Prior to this government, it used to be Occupational Health and Safety, Workmen Compensation, Occupational Health and Safety. When we came and we perused the organic instrument that is to be used across Liberia for the workforce, which is a decent work of 2015. When we perused them, digested it, we realized that the issue of occupational health and industrial safety was specifically on a particular article, chapter 24, chapter 24 to 26 to 29. And that was an area that needed to be by itself in terms of finding solution, mitigating, getting themselves, identifying early warning problems in industrial places. So we managed to have explained the importance, the nitty-gritty of the department. We told the minister there's a need that workmen compensation be focused on worker benefits and pay, and the issue of the industrial health and occupational safety focus on the well-being of the workers at work. So against that backdrop, the minister thought it wise to have legally standing and legally inclined, and he said in wisdom it's important. So I was the first director in that department as Director for Occupational Health and Industrial Safety. But before it was combined with workmen compensation.
Okay.
When we got at the ministry, we were very boss. The records are there, they are fixable. We conducted our first survey, fact funding survey, and we realized, I got serious evidences in my phone, we realized that one of the greatest problems faced by workers across Liberia was the issue of occupational health and industrial safety. So when you talk about occupational health and industrial safety, you're not just talking about PPE, reflected jacket, helmet, no. The issues about occupational health and industrial safety, we talk about policy management.
What did you say to the minister that you think
I'm coming to the point.
I'm
coming to the point.
Go ahead.
Like I said, we were very robust. We were not prepared to engage into any chicanery that would divert the true meaning of what we stand for and what we represent. So we took on to the labor workers force across Liberia, various private institutions, industrial area. And we did serious and consistent assessment and engagement with them in terms of making our workers in Liberia see themselves to be a part. For example, we met many of them. The laws provide that every institution, these are areas we're anticipating creating jobs for the ordinary Liberian people.
Okay.
Because if you read chapter 26 of the Decent Work Act of 2015, the laws are clear. The law says every industry should have a safety occupational health and safety officer. When you have more than 100 or 200 workers, you should have not less than 10 occupational health and safety officers. So if you were to calculate the number of industry in Liberia and just get 10 occupational health and safety officers, you will realize you get several Liberian employees. The laws are there. the laws are written. The laws might be applied. So the issue of my dismissal, it was just on the basis of me being very robust, seeing my ability to engage in this entity that the minister himself is a lawyer to. For example, when I went at East International, the group that constructed the road at the Raboff International Airport, I got video. When I went at China Young Company, I got video. The place was dilapidated. And I engaged the issue. I told them, Lord, let me tell you something. Here it must be taken in Liberia. When I did the video recording and tried to publish it, call the chief, the minister. They say, oh, my man, you got to talk to the man. Minister, call me. He said, oh, my man, you know, they play, you got to, they think when you won't go on the fee, you got to, you got to send, tell me, so me be aware. Failing to realize that seeing decent work is clear. That when you are going for an inspection, you don't have to get prior notice. If you provide the entity prior notice, my man will work on their backyard. So the issue of my dismissal was just on the basis of me being very robust. And besides, the ministry has been dominated by one tribal group. I'm not from that tribal group. I'm a Lofians. My mother Bandi, my father Bandi. I suffer from no identity crisis. And the minister came to the ministry with 90% of those who he brought. I was the only different tribe he made director. All the other guys he brought to make director, all are from one town. One district in Nima County, Tapeta district. And one town duo. I challenged them.
In your mind, that's one of the major factors that led to your dismissal.
These are the major factors. My brother, there is no professional working place will be dominated by one group of people from one town, one village. That is a practical hardcore nepotism. So these guys feel insecure with my presence. Because several times we have meeting at the chairman residence and other places, I checkmate them. I said, Minister, we are proceeding on the right trajectory. The one who preaches equity must come with cleans. Besides, one of the things we criticize the city-led government on the basis of nepotism. So to have a ministry where you got 10 ministers appointed by the president, 2 deputy ministers, 1 minister, with 7 assistant ministers, and 7 of those assistant ministers that are there, 8 of the ministers appointed in the ministry are all from NIMBA. 1 ministry, that's a high level of nepotism.
But why you have a ministry
so,
and about 8 or 10 presidents from one county?
But that is a fact. I can name them.
Go ahead.
The deputy minister for administration is from NIMBA. The assistant minister for alien registration is from NIMBA. The assistant minister for labor center is from NIMBA. The assistant minister for trade union is from NIMBA. The assistant minister for the regional affairs is from NIMBA. The minister of property is from NIMBA. All of these people are from NIMBA. The records are there. That is a hardcore professional level of nepotism. And I spoke against it. In several of our meetings, I told them, I said, this idea was not a feasible one. I think in my wisdom, the minister should have laid years with the president and say, I get people to be appointed. Let's swap them. Let's go to different ministry or upper council. But he considered it. He did not just stop there. When he took over at the ministry, he brought a HR who is also from Nima from the same time he's from Duo. Chemekopoka is from Duo. And the HR he brought, he took the old HR, brought the new HR, also from Duo. I told them, I said, this is unprecedented. He brought another new director who is from Webman Conversation, who is also from Duo. He brought an alien registration director who is also from Duo. He brought an assistant director that was dedicated to me, who is also from Duo. I'm telling you, they are from one town, one village. They all. So these were issues in the background. I spoke against. Immediately the records are there. I'm not one of those who is a fearless intellectual. I engage the issue with objectivity, fearing nothing. So when this issue was raised, they've been planning and praying to find solutions and find a way forward to terminate my affairs. So when we went, let me tell you something. Go back to the recording. What was my statement at the tribute? My statement was very simple. I spoke in less than a second. I said, someone mounted this podium and it said that the young people should leave Battlecry and focus on building their life. And I came back and I responded.
Okay.
And I said, thank you. You made a selling point that we have to gravitate from Battlecry and focus on building our life. stage that said I keep to buttress the statement that in 2029, we as young people will no longer see battle cry behind you because you already advanced us. That was my only statement. So that statement does not warrant my dismissal or my termination of contract, quote unquote, as it stated.
But why it was only after that event that you was
But I
dismissed?
just saw you.
And at a point in time, people said, you posted on the social media that there were people running after you.
Oh yes, that was clear. I was attacked at Fatu. There's an entertainment center what they call Beer Garden. I was sitting there, a few other guys that coming around me. If you're not careful to leave the country, you may not even live to read more chores or you see what will happen. If I tell you that night I slept in Tomato County, Bon County, and I received a lot of calls. I got a message in my phone. One of the irritated me. And they said to me, oh, sorry for what we did. You know, we're a fool.
By whom?
This is the message. Chief, I'm so sorry. Please, that gave you information to you. They're not doing well for you. Trust me, I can never fight you, but you can do me well. You get what I'm saying? Let me show you the date. I don't want to call my source's name, but I can show you the date and the time. This is the message. This is the message from the same day that Israel will call the date, the time, everything is there. So you think I was joking? You think I was joking? I was not joking. So these guys knew I was very boss. These guys are aware that I'm a fearless intellectual. No, let me say one thing. One of the reasons why Liberia will continue to retrogress is on the purpose and the belief that when you get to power, everyone will live to the way you beat the drum. You don't tell truth to power. If you tell truth to power, you become an actor. But for our school of thought, we are very practical and pragmatic about our analysis. So if, like you ask, why warrant my dismissal? That was something always playing. They were already in the poor land. They were having issues with me on the way in which I was taking issues. Because the minister took over and brought in family, go out of the ministry, go in your office. There's a female with a receptionist there. They get work, live with couple crowd. She was working there to sweeper in her house and took her and brought a girl who is an intellectual weakling, doesn't understand nothing. He brought his children, the deputy minister brought his son, they are in the ministry, the records are there. Go and ask as to what I'm lying. Why the vast majority of the partisan of the MDR or the Youth Congress are in the shackle of difficulties? Their analysis are always there. The young people got to go to school.
Is that one of the reasons why you were very, tough when you were in government? Were you pushing for your partisans to go to government?
Yes. Let me say this to you. It is in this society. People say, oh, young people, when you out of high school, go to college, go do this. In other Western country, the father you out of high school, you already start working when you're in college. You can be in high school, be working to upgrade your status. But Liberia is the only country where when you come out of high school, you must go make another 8, 9 years, 4 years, you got a degree before you start looking for life. But over globally, the fact that you're out of high school, there should be a pay grade for people with high school credentials to upgrade their life. In our setting, it's a different way. Besides, when time for elections, we are classified as oppressor juries. When the process is over, we call career combat and they say, we're serious. When the young people were campaigning, they didn't have credentials. But when they finish making you president, they gave you representative senator job, then you say the young people got to go learn.
I sat and listened to you. You spoke about some of the issues unfolding at the Ministry of Labor. Why now? You flagging all of these issues?
I said it.
When you were there, we did not.
Let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Like you said, why now? Everything have an appropriate time. Oh, you think God know the time Jesus Christ is going to come on earth? You think you never need the time Jesus, all the places Jesus power, they came or reach that particular day? There will be a time that something might be spoken out. There will always be a time. There will always be a time. And this is the time. But besides, in our indoor classes, arguments and meetings, let me tell you something. I don't want to bring people to public ridicule here. I got voice recording, I got video, I got meeting that we attended, serious meeting that plays people on recording that we said these things. And the people said no. The people said no. We come firstly appointed before going to confirmation. When we got the intel that when the minister is appointed, he recommended people need to go along with him. I had a law friend on Basin Street, I went there. I said to them that day clearly, I said, Minister, since you wish to carry some partisans, it's important that when you think that they are in dominance from Nima, negotiate with other ministers around so they can do swap. You understand me? So as to put, can I see you as a troublist? Which he is. That was our argument. But besides, that did not bother me because that was a presidential appointment. But for the minister to bow down to the director's position, and certain director position, start to bring in his family members from Duo, Tabeta Nima County, it raises volume. And I said to them many days, I said, Chairman, let me tell you something. As I speak,
you think why all of that is happening only at the Ministry of Labor?
Because the minister is not in charge. He doesn't work out of a cycle. When you got a leader who doesn't work out of that cycle, you understand? Who leadership is dogmatic. You explain the act of dogmatism, these things unfold. But when you got a leader who can listen, because we are selling several meetings. The partisans have engaging. We told him several times, why don't you do the party leadership like this? I just give you the name of people that are currently working at the Ministry of Labor, all of them from one country, one village, one town. You think that our government will run? When we say the post because we don't hate the minister, but you must do the right thing. The man who preaches everything will come with cleanness. You cannot jeopardize the ministry like that. And the reason, like I said to you, you don't have to come back to ask me similar questions. I was emphatically clear to you that the reason for which I was dismissed is because consistently I said to the minister, find a remedy to settle this situation.
What did the minister say to you at the time?
You were very dogma. You don't have time to listen to me. As soon as you leave the president, the Nima people, the Gio boy from Duo enter there.
Are you being real about the minister not saying anything to you, the minister being dumb at the time?
I come in. So I just get a name of people who are working there, who are director from one time. So you told the board, you go ask authenticate what I'm saying, the truth or lie. New directors are in Borno in Wash. The procurement director is from a village. He's a Guillaume. The aid director is Guillaume from a town. The director for alien registration is Guillaume from a town. The director for occupational health and for welfare compensation is Guillaume from a town. I'm giving you names. The assistant director for occupational health is Guillaume from a town. So they were telling you, you know, to go authenticate as a journalist. You're supposed to go authenticate whether I'm saying the truth or I'm lying. The current HR is also a Guillaume from a town. Mwepi Deba. So I'm giving you facts. And I challenge one of them to call me or call this platform and say, I have made mention of that in several meetings. Then I will present to you several voice recording. I've said it many times in our indoor meetings. I said, this thing is bad. You don't do this. And you have, no, let me tell you something. Where MDR is heading now, under the leadership of Kopakwa, trust me, there will be a radical revolutionary approach. We are getting that approach.
Why?
Oh, because he has lost legitimacy. My brother, he has lost legitimacy. If you are to enter in a very party chat room, you see how they're lambasting him. Partisans are disenchanted. Partisans across Liberia are disenchanted. To tell you that the people are very troubled. I said at the funeral that in fact, somebody mounted the podium and said, the young person leave Baruka and Yakin and punches the person. Another man came and said, who is a veteran Wallow, also came and said, Don't you think that statement also undermined hugely your dismissal? It never undermined. They were already planning. They have had meetings already fighting to find something to entrap me with. They were fighting to find something to entrap me with.
Can you point out names?
I said the minister, the deputy minister for administration, the HR. These are all intellectual weaklings.
Who undermine your dismissal?
Who undermine my dismissal?
At a point in time, people pointed the vice president to be a major factor in your dismissal.
The day we reach on that bridge, we cross that one. There will be several discussions in the future. But we analyzing, critiquing, and to install an investigation on all those that were involved in our dismissal. What our sources are provided for now, that's why we checkmating them. And in the not too distant future, those who will be involved, we bring them to the platform. You don't play with my job. No, let me tell you something. I live in a densely populated community where 70 or 80% of those who reside there are seditious. I fought a fearless battle. My life was threatened. My family life was threatened. I was humiliated every day. Then in the same community, people told me, say, they put on good, don't follow them. They are follow you. You don't get nothing to do with me. You take food from my family table. They got it joking. They're joking.
Okay. Our guest this afternoon is the National Youth Chair of the Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction, and he was dismissed from the Ministry of Labor. You're listening to him. What led to his dismissal? A lot of people actually thought that it was because of that statement. Yeah, I coming to you. I mean, it was because of that statement that led to his dismissal. But you've listened to him. He have explained much about who are those undermine his dismissal at the Ministry of Labor and what led to it. You're listening to him. Keep playing the cash giveaway, *799 *90 hash, *799 *90 hash. Play with $200 Liberian dollars and win 20,000. One person play 2 times quickly, and then we'll do the draw. You following the politics in Nimba. Your party has endorsed the candidacy of Samuel Koga, a lawmaker of Nimba. What's your stance? Are you okay? Go ahead.
Few things as relate to the by-elections in Nimba. Firstly, Koga was the first legitimate persons who went through the formalities, the constitutional formalities of the party to get to where he is. Okay. It calls for you joining, declaring membership. It calls for you going through a primary. And he went through all of those things and he was successful. Among the county delegates from a non-electoral district, that gives him the leverage to contest on our party ticket. Besides, there were also a scrutiny, a national scrutiny in Nimba in terms of identifying an individual whose ability and leadership quests and transformation in Norfolk County will be a replica to that of our late political godfather, Senator Prince White Johnson. Against that backdrop, the team comprises of strategic members of the executive committee went into Nimba and they did their survey and he was vected out. Koga is our candidate. And we remain unbanding, unwavering in supporting him. But one thing remains constant. As Zapere support Koga, but we not step and foot in Nimba to campaign for nobody. Why?
They were coming.
Why? I started to support Senator Johnson in 2011. I supported in 2011 elections. I supported in 2017 elections. I support 2023 elections. Since I got to know myself in national politics, I've never stopped supporting somebody from Nimba. But why am I not going by Nimba? They have never treated me good. I'm the only different tribe.
Are you disenchanted in Nimba?
It don't have to be overemphasized. I've never been voted. I have opportunity to explore my life, and I rejected it because of Nimba people. I will never step my feet in Nimba to canvas. I support him. But now to get my physical body there campaign, it's not possible. I don't hate him. He's a big brother. He has never done anything back to me. I support him for the senator seat to represent our party. But to go in Nimba, and the way I need to go every time, campaigning for Nimba to take leadership, I will not do it.
Samuel Koga is a lawmaker. Why support Samuel Koga when you have other competent sons and daughters in Nimba that can be senator?
I have no voting right there. But as far as concerned, if MDR is to be truly represented, like before, we must bring Koga as senator. Those who will be voting, that advice to them. Those that will be voting is an advice to them. If we need a direct replacement or a replacement that will bring serious transformation in the MDR, those who have the voting right must vote for Koga. I don't have voting right there. I'm not going to discuss anything about their politics there.
Okay. This afternoon on the show, we have Za Pele as our guest. You listen to him. You have questions, comments. We can take few calls and get back to Mr. Pele or Chairman Pele, and then he will respond, and then we wrap it up. 0773-419-502, 0773-419-502. Those of you in the counters, 0773-978564, 0773-978564. Better still, 0773-419-502, 0555-184711, 0555-184711, 0773-419-502. Better still, 0773-978564. We can take a few calls and we'll get back to Chairman Pele, and then he respond to some of your concerns, and we wrap it up on the show this afternoon. 0773-419-502, 0773 for those of you in Monrovia, 419-502, or 0555-184711. In the counters, those of you in the counters, 0773-978564. The numbers, the lines off. Let's get this one on quickly right here and pick the course. Yeah, the lines were off. So okay, they are now activated. The lines are now activated. Let's get this pressing on. Good afternoon, welcome. What's your name? From where you call? Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, welcome. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Star, and I call you from 24th Street.
24th Street. Let's hear you.
I want to hear from your discussion this afternoon. What is he intending to do now? With all the pieces of evidence you have against his dismissal, what is he intending to do now?
He said he's still doing investigation.
Okay,
but he will respond. Yeah, he will respond. Let's get another person. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. What's your name? From where you call?
Thank you. My name is Paul Cooper. I call you from Cardwell from the office of the Masters Rescue Mission Information Hub.
Go ahead, Paul. Let's hear you.
Look, let me be very emphatic with the brother in the studio. Brother, you made a statement at a party function that you shouldn't have made, and that led to a dismissal. I think
where, when?
At the ministry?
I come in. Let him make a point. You will respond.
Let
Go
this
ahead.
brother go. Let this brother go in her and back. Look,
Hello. Where, when, and what was the exact statement that he made?
What?
Where he made a statement, when did he make the statement, and what is it he said?
The man misrepresented the youthful population of NDR, and that led to his dismissal. This brother should stop chasing what he can't catch.
Thank you. Hello. Welcome. What's your name? For where you call? What's your name?
Michael Gotomo, and I told you from my district 14 resident.
Michael, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. So, let me appreciate the guest for your analysis. I think the workings at the Ministry of Labor on Councilor Cooper for him to be too tribalistic. We are not seeing that as the right thing that the minister is going to. If that is true, the minister has to divest. And we are seeing some.
But the man is calling names. You listen to him. He's calling names.
So we are seeing some violation of the minister to be going for party activities at the same time serving as minister.
Okay, let's take another person. Let's take another person. The line is fluctuating. Let's get another person. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Anthony Robert Turkey. Much rather you cheer for the movement for democracy and reconstruction.
10 seconds. Let's hear you.
Yeah, it is very saddening to see how the most powerful man who preside or the triangular section of the matter you of the MDRO is being treated, especially by Councillor Kupakwa and his co-students. Kupakwa have marginalized the youth wing here and have treated it like a throwaway. The guy doesn't have no human feeling at all. The man treat our leader like a beggar. You expect the guy to go to your house and be begging him. That is why today they have orchestrated that happening against him. Now that he said something so evil. Kupakwa today go to the Ministry of Labor, that you see all of the guys working there, they are from the doorbell. And only because that guy is from different countries, he's treated like a demon. And Kupakwa is not a good individual, fairly speaking.
Okay, thank you. Let's take a few calls from the other line. Hello, welcome. What's your name? From where you call? Hello?
Yeah, good evening, dear brother.
What's your name?
This is Hussein. Hussein Keo.
Keo, go ahead.
I call you from Jakarta.
Go ahead.
I listened to your guest in studio, but it's quite unfortunate when young brothers who should understand the political procedures in terms of how we go about our engagement and our involvement with the Liberian politics. You were here. You were nowhere in any other planet. Several other civil society organizations, human rights groupings have a war Kupakwa as the Minister of the Year or as
Hossein, Keu, Hossein. Hello?
I'm following.
Yeah, let's talk about what the guy has discussed. Whether he has been honored, whether 10 times, whether integrity accord or whatever award that he has received. I don't want to delve into that. If you want to talk about that, we can give you another time and you come and sit and talk about it. But what the guy has spoken about, I want you to just comment on it quickly, then we take another person.
So no problem. It's okay. What I thought to express, since it will not go in your line and your guest, it's okay. Thank you for.
We'll take another person. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Hello.
Welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Abraham Jassing. I'm calling from Spain.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for me, the topic of discussion, I say I've seen try for that, but for me, you won't tell me to be better. You won't tell me to better. Be me, what present or party get. So now for me, but not pay well for the name.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let's get another person. Welcome. What's your name? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. What's your name? From where you call?
I'm SK Domini from Grand Bassa County.
From Buchanan. Go ahead. You're live.
Yeah. I'm telling that brother in the station there, not waste his time behind NDR. That's how that ethnic group.
Where you go? Where you go waste time? Thank you. Thank you. Let's get another person right here quickly. We'll take at least 3 calls and then we'll get back to our guest. He will respond and then we'll wrap it up. Welcome. What's your name?
Oh, let me say good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome. What's your name, sir?
Good afternoon to the listeners following your broadcast. And let me say good afternoon to Veteran Zad Nabutu Piri.
Go ahead.
Well, this is the voice of Christian Pray for Enemy Bio, and I put you on the conversation this afternoon from the headquarters of Veterans Bureau on the Kaguga Avenue.
Go ahead.
Well, let me appreciate Veteran Zad for his clinic elaboration. And I think the level of frustration our veteran is going through right now is by the behavior of Kupakwa. You know, over the past time, and I have visited the Ministry of Labor, and I have seen, like the veteran said, the assistant minister and the deputy minister all from Nema County. I don't know about the ethnic group or the dialect that he said about, but the minister and the deputy minister and the assistant minister are all from Nema County. I think that ministry was given to the MDR as their support or the support during the 2022 election,
Mm.
support they gave to the Unity Party, that ministry was given to them because all of the people, not 100%, but 95%
Mm.
of those of whom that are working there are Nigerians.
Okay, thank you.
And I think
Thank you. Let's get another person. Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Jala, how are you?
Not Jala, Josh. Go ahead. Make your point.
This is the voice of Andrew. I'm Andrew Fire, Kitty Ball.
Let's hear you.
First, let me commend a young man in there. But my point here is I'm coming from the perspective of being party discipline. The brother who is presiding over the young people of one of the top political parties in the country right now, he is expected to be what we call party discipline. Young brother who have gone through all of those cattle training, militancy training, we think that it should be prudent not to come in a public like this and discuss your political party and your national chairman.
What is it? Hello? Hello? What is it the man said that you think he's not supposed to talk about?
Yeah, but look at what he's saying now, distracting his national chair and even making it to look like the honorable man
Is that a crime? Is that a crime?
No, but it is when it comes to party discipline, it is totally against that. You should not discuss your national chair like that and even make it like.
So what you know more about the party than the man?
No, it is not a matter of knowing more about the party, right?
Okay, then I get another person. Hello? Hello?
Hello, how are you?
You are final caller. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much. My name is Prince Gavin. I joined the conversation from Congo Town.
From Congo Town. Let's hear you.
And I listened to the National Youth Chairman of the Amaburu City.
Go ahead.
And he proposed that well. But the issue that I have is that as a professional person who even claim that you are a theater intellectual.
Hello? I mean, we're not getting you. Go ahead, Chairman. You listen to the callers. Just respond. And
so thank you very much. I listened to a few of them. And the first person asked me, what am I intending to do? And the first person buttressed another caller from Grand Basso, SK Domini, who said the group of people from a specific area are not people to work with. Between politically and fairly speaking, without being involving myself into tribal politics, the way I have been treated, have validated the long-term arguments that a group of people from that particular place are tribalists. You don't need a rocket scientist. I'm a typical example. I'm a victim. I'm a victim of their tribal quest. There have been conversation across country that in particular people from the place they are very tribalists. The fact that I joined MDR 2011 after the elections, I think there's someone a job to get my family food. And that's only big. I'm only being here for minister job. 2011 Premium recommended all of the people in Soto recommend. Small, funny jobs, more than 3 or 4, where people that were even had never even go to high school said they were working.
And you were left out.
I was left out. It was Abraham Vamuya calling from Vita. Who I mean in 2011, I started the whole 2011, 2013, he said, but man, you keep me saying I was doing nothing. I wear my office, a political office. I work in office up to 2017. 2017 again, John Beyonce and Johnson again. I supported him. Give me everything about for Senator John to become president. When the election was over, they said, oh, man, we carry the bridge and waterway to be on the secretary. I accepted it to know if they carry that Gary and Manon people there. I'm giving you a story. I sat on the whole of 2017, the whole of 2018, I sat on no job, 2019, no job. It was on my birthday. I want to go visit Mayor Koji. I said, oh, Mayor, today my birthday, he gave me one Samsung phone. He said, what's that? What happened? I said, nothing. He said, don't tell me that. There's no recommendation you're putting making for super job, all of job. They can't even put you that on fast food, nothing. It was Koji again who recommended me to Minister of Internal Affairs. When I've been working as a civil servant. When Copper came on board, there were places. And see, and I told them they play, I can hustle yet. And they gave my lane also quite for it. They took all the other area I wanted and took it from me. There is no political party on the rescue mission. They are national youth chairman. They now have a lucrative job. I was the only person. Why? Because our one group of chopper people. My brother and more every day. I will fight. I'm a fearless fighter. So, and another person say, you're not party discipline. What would you call party discipline? So let me tell you something. There are objectives for which you dress the devil. When you dress the devil with expectations, the expectation of you dressing the devil is for the devil to get in the center square of the town and perform to your expectation. If you carry the devil for the first time, the devil cannot perform. The second time, they cannot perform. The third time, the fourth time, take all the clothes from that damn devil head, the sunny clothes in that devil. Let us see who the him will be in that devil.
Okay.
I cannot be treated consistently. You can bring me down to the level that will be humiliated in my community. People will mock me every day. When I think on the way they have behaved to me consistently, I can call my man. There's no reason why Nima may even be president in Liberia. I tell you truly, God bless me. Because I suffer being consistently. They can't drink of things. They certify. The people saying that they certify.
Are there negotiations? You making to go to another political party?
I come in. Me go to another political party. I'm not scared to talk. I live in a party. I swear on my life. And no man that keep on earth through the grace of God can find me in a party. I will fight them with my whole life. They call for to attack them personally on their vehicles who will do that. And trust me, I'm sending the ass of Cavier. The last time any couple ever appear to that party with government vehicles to have meeting. You should never make an attempt of doing that again.
Is that a threat?
It's a threat. They take me attempt with roasting in the car. And people, you can't disgrace me to that level.
You're on record though.
Wait, my man, I'm telling you, I said I will do it. You appear to that party for meeting, bring government car with you, will roast you. I don't need support from any one of them. I have the ability to mobilize and stand in many things. You can't disgrace me consistently. You bring me to public rescue. Then you say, okay, choir, you know, we handle it behind the scene, we settle it. You can't disgrace me like that. Somebody say, be part of discipline. So Mr. Cooper can himself not part of discipline because the statement I made were on a political gathering. I said, somebody made a statement and said it, so I can validate and buttress them. So I think if I should have received any discipline, politically speaking, that the parties will take decision and give me the ministry. Am I right? No, let me be real. They did not call me all as an employee or Ministry of Labor. They call me all as a national youth chairman to say something.
But when all of these things were happening, was there a time where you received warning letter from the party?
But I told you, I said the party very trouble. The men who said bring down because of politicians and the way the government been proceeding, they didn't value men for inquiry. The party did not get the men letter to serve the men letter to investigate. But me, I say because somebody can say the young people go out there for battle, they send me letter, say they want to investigate me. Why I got to make that statement? Now I'm in trouble. Because I kill the other person I kill. So they did not invite me to investigate, but they invited me to investigate me. So they have consistently to me that they think our great-grandparents saw that don't give the people opportunity to serve, they are validating the argument every day. And trust me, this is just the beginning of the gingerbread board. I'm going to elevate the debate. That's why I'm on record. I'm not coerced, but that debate will be elevated. And there'll be deeper things that I will say. I'm not scared. I will go saying deeper things. The men who down fear nothing. I clear to them.
Zad, thank you so much. We hope to have more of the conversation.
Thank you.
Is there anything finally you want to say before we go?
Thank you for the opportunity, and thank to everybody, and thank to those who listen to us, those who call, those who making a contribution. Thank you very much. We pray for more interaction as and we get closer to political processes, political engagement. We are open to other media allies to invite them to discuss the issue. The privilege is provided to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What the voice of Zamambulu Pele, he has been our guest right here this afternoon on the show. You listen to him. And of course, that's how I would like to leave you on today's edition of the program, Base and Pieces. Base and Pieces return tomorrow at 2 o'clock with veteran Jala Greview and I. And of course, I'm George Way. I presented today's edition of the show. Bye-bye, I'm out.